They needed to change that. Orientation is locked. Really? You're gonna make me do it like that? Oh my gosh, YouTube. Why did they change that? Well, now what? Hello, everybody. We're live and having technical difficulties. Apparently, since the last time I streamed live, YouTube changed some things. And now we've got a problem. I'll figure it out quickly. I apologize for rapid camera movements right this second. But I'm working on making this work. There we go. That'll work. It's not pretty. And we're vertical today for some reason because YouTube, I don't know. Hey guys. Yeah, so like I said, YouTube changed some things. Hey Chris, hey Josh. And anyway, so we're gonna do vertical video today. I don't know why. Don't know why YouTube cares, but I tried to do horizontal like, a normal person. Yeah, that's terrible. That looks awful, but here we are. Anyway, I guess if you're watching on a phone, maybe this will be great for you. Anyway, I'll figure it out at some point. So, I hear there's some big farm toy shows coming up this week. Anybody going? We're gonna be able to see anybody up there at the National. We'll be at Dubuque, of course, which is on your way to National, and chances are if you're staying the weekend, you're staying in Dubuque. And so we'll be at the Dubuque show Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we'll be headed over to National on Sunday to check that out. Hey, Steve, how's it going? So pretty excited to see what Ertl's got for us coming up at the show. Hopefully it's pretty good. I just realized I hope you can hear me okay because the way this is sitting, the phone is sitting because of YouTube's weirdness here. Kind of sitting on the microphone. So I hope you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if you can't. Excuse me. I got a little cough going on, but feeling great. Very excited for the show this week. It's about time. I'll be honest. I haven't been in a tractor mood, and it's been a little bit hard to get some projects built out for this. Partly because I had a bunch already done, and so everything went pretty good as far as that goes. I have a ton of stuff that I'm bringing to the show, probably more than I've ever had at any show, so that's really good. Um, and I've got a really great variety too. So what's up, Tad? Um, anyway, I don't know, it's just been a weird year. It's been a super busy year for us, and I thought the second half of this year was going to slow down quite a bit for me, and that was really going to allow me to focus on toys. Well, that hasn't happened, and apparently it's not going to for another month or so. So we'll shoot for 2025 as kind of all of the things that I want to do with this channel, and then get the website going back and all that sort of stuff. But good things are happening. So glad to see you got the account back. Yeah, I hear that's a nightmare when that happens. So that stinks big time. Yeah, we're all definitely ready for some videos. What do you think? Just seen a special Steiger on tracks. Yep, got a couple of those laying around. Been making some parts for them, as you know. In fact, I'm gonna stand up here and I'm gonna do a little rearranging. I'm not gonna lie, I've got a mess here, because really been working hard on Dogtown Farms, which is behind me, and so this has been collecting things for a little bit. I did get some photos, kind of some fertilizer. Filling up and things like that. You guys might have seen that, or at least I think I posted it. Entirely possible that I didn't, because that's the way it is. There's a new farm show track tractor from John Deere. Have on any tips on asking toy dealers to donate toys for tots, just go ask them. A lot of places are more than happy to do that. I'm not saying all of them. Some of them are going to give you a weird look, but a lot of places are, they love doing that sort of thing. So don't, I wouldn't hesitate to go around to your dealerships and ask for donations for that sort of thing. We've always had great luck getting people to donate for events and things like Toys for Tots. So, and that's a great cause. I'm glad to hear that you're doing something like that. Howdy, Lego Cole. How's it going? I bought myself an STI, not a real one, but a 1/64th one the other day is like $3. I'm kind of into model cars a little bit right now. I don't know. Midlife crisis, maybe? I'm not sure what it is, but kind of into it. been purchasing several lately, and I think a lot of it, to be honest with you, is toys are so darn expensive right now, and I don't really want to get into that because we all know that. But you can buy a lot of 1/64 scale model cars for what you can buy one 4-wheel drive toy tractor for. So it's just been a thing lately. But obviously, toy season is here and coming. Pretty excited for next week. Not sure what I'm gonna really look for. And in fact, I don't know that I'm looking for anything, but I do have a bunch of new stuff I'm picking up to do videos and things like that on, so that'll be cool. Oh, nice. Found a super treasure hunt. Very nice. Time for a Corvette and some New Balances. Agreed. Wouldn't argue with that. Wifey doesn't seem to want a Corvette. Because I discussed it. But yeah, she's more into older things. Well, yeah. When I say older things for her, I mean like pre-war stuff, where I'm like muscle cars. So, needless to say, we can't agree. Because really, if it were up to me, I'd have a 70 CUDA. But price on that's a little out of hand. So Chevelle, would totally rock a Chevelle. Definitely one of the cooler muscle cars out there. I have a buddy of mine that has an original LS6 Chevelle. And when I say original, I mean literally everything is original on it, even the brakes. So it's kind of crazy. He bought it when he was young, when he was, he grew up in that era, and just had the foresight to put it back. He would, until about 5 or 6 years ago, he would go to the drag strip once a year with it, make one pass so he could say he did it, and then that was that. Well, the last time he went, he said he made his pass, everything was great, he hit the brakes, and they were really soft. And he said, that's it, last one. So, can't say I blame him. Might have some generators at Nationals, cool. So far, maybe 2. I know how that goes. I've been there. My wife says, bring all your stuff. We'll do some buying. Bring what you want to sell, I guess. Because it is the start of our show season, for everybody that doesn't know. So first up for us, Dubuque, obviously, then Janesville, and then we get a nice little break until Richmond. So, oh, no, that's not true. We have Effingham. Yeah, we have Effingham, then Richmond. So, yeah, good times. Woo! Yeah, 566, that's plenty of motor. Plenty of motor. For sure. Anyway, I'm just going to do a little cleanup here. I kind of hate that I'm on narrow view because I feel like you're just getting this tiniest view of what's going on here. Yeah, Georgia's a bit of a drive from northern or central Iowa. I guess, east central Iowa. Not really northern Iowa. So I can't blame you there. Excuse me. Anyway, this is going to go onto my shelf. I was going to keep it on Dogtown. I really don't have a use for it on Dogtown. So it just needs to go away. for now. Let's see. Oh, my wife says she is the inventory director. That's why she's in charge of that. And so I just do what she says. I just build tractors. So yes, I plan to make a video about making a display. In fact, I plan to make a video about making a mini display, which, you know, obviously to make a full-size display, you just scale that up. And that's going to be real soon because I have to make a mini display by the Janesville show. So I've got a month to make a display. It's, again, just a mini display, but yes, so that video will be coming before too long here. This will be your first year at Nats. Cool. You're going to have a blast. Yeah, it's worth the trip to Dyersville. The museum's fun. I mean, I love going to it. You know, they've got just a lot of really cool stuff in there, and obviously kind of the history of the toy tractor and things like that. So it's always worth the trip to head to the museum. So it's worth a trip to go to Dyersville, in my opinion, anytime because even if it's not Toy Show weekend or Summer Show weekend, you do have the Antique Plaza, the Plaza Antique Mall, which is basically a toy show in itself. The entire upstairs of that building is nothing but farm toys, and there are thousands. So always a fun trip to Dyersville, even if there's not a toy show going on. I am very excited about that new white tractor. I think it's awesome to see them do that. That we're going to end up with some of that. So white has been neglected for gosh 20, 30 years probably in the farm toy world. So it'll be great to get some of the white farm equipment going. Yeah, I would hope that a 2180 is in the future for sure. And then I think we'll just have to sort of see how this sells. I suspect it's going to be a strong seller. Even though maybe white isn't, you know, the most popular brand, and you know, there are like, let's be honest, Tad, a lot of the younger guys that we know in this hobby, they did not grow up in an era where white farm equipment was a thing. So you know, there's that, but guys that are your and my age and older, I think, you know, we're ready to see it. And so I do think it's going to be very popular. In fact, if you go look at like the announcement post over there on Facebook, there was quite a positive response from that. And so I don't know, I think it's great, and I'm always happy to see something new like that coming. Oh, I mean, you know, a 4270 would be like dream tractor land. That would be amazing. Yeah, there's a couple over here too, Chris. They're few and far between. But you know, I can think of a couple within about a 50-mile drive that I've seen out and about. Um, you know, so they're still there for sure. Live in Canada and go to a farm show in January. Okay, cool. Hey, Sean, how you doing? Yeah, you know what? Small, like, so, of course, everybody talks about the big shows, right? The big shows, there's, you know, they're a spectacle, and you know, they're also kind of a get together, if you will. Uh, so you know, I love the big shows too, but I love a small show. A small show is just a completely different atmosphere, and it's, you know, it's more relaxed, it's more laid back. Generally, you have more time to talk, and especially if you're a dealer, like, you know, the big shows are awesome from a dealer standpoint because you're selling a lot, but they're not always great for a get a chat with your buddies situation. Now, usually by the afternoon on just about any show, things have slowed up some, and you can do that. But so I love small shows as much as I love big shows, but that's probably not a surprise to anybody. I just love toy tractors. So been officially booted to the outdoors for painting. That happens to the best of us there, Kyle. That eventually is a thing. And then what you need to do, you can look on YouTube. Maybe I'll try to find you a link. You can make yourself a paint booth that you can do like in your garage or whatever, reasonably cheap. And I actually did it for the shop down here. And what's awesome is as long as I remember to turn the fan on, you don't smell it. Keyword there is remembering to turn that fan on. But anyway, yeah, I thought you might. Like I said, working on some parts for those. We're gonna get those dressed up and looking pretty sweet. Hopefully by the Effingham show. Where do I buy most of my tractors and most of your things to make them custom? So I probably get most of my tractors from a couple places. B&B Farm Toys, which you can find them on the internet. There's kind of my go-to. Barry and Brian, they've been good to me forever. Um, some of the nicest guys in the business. I get a lot from them. And then Colin Nipper at Farm Toys for You. You can check him out. Also, really good guy. Also, kind of has a little bit of everything. So if you're looking for that, and then if you can't find what you're looking for there, eBay's always an option. Outback Toys is an option, but I've been staying away from Outback a little bit because their prices have got a little carried away and their shipping price has gotten crazy. And that's no offense to them; they got to run a business how they got to run a business. But so I'm not knocking them for it necessarily, but I just haven't bought as much for them as I have in the past. So B&B and Colin are kind of my two go-tos. B&B and Farm Toys for You. They're my go-tos. You can also find them at your local dealer, John Deere dealer, Case IH dealer. They a lot of times will have toys. If you go in around Christmas time, a lot of times they're running some sales, so that's really good. And then, like I said, eBay, places like that, or if you can get out to a farm toy show, that's usually the best place. Kevin Tolka, that's you know what, good call, Tad. Why do I guess I forgot Kevin because I mainly buy it on Kevin's auctions. But yeah, Kevin probably got more of my money last year than anybody else. If my wife says there's no probably about that. Yeah, Kevin and Amy are awesome people. You can't go wrong with those two. So absolutely, Kevin's Farm Toys, Kevin Tolkien, got to check them out too. Yeah, thanks for throwing that in there. I appreciate that because I knew I was kind of forgetting somebody and I didn't want to. So my wife said she was going to remind me when I was done. So the garage would be nice, but you got four cars in there. So fun. So I'll take some pictures of my setup. I think you could do it by moving one of your cars, and I think you'd be fine. If you kind of do it the way I've got it set up. So, because you're the way I have it, you're basically, for the lack of a better term, you're spraying into a cardboard box that is sealed and then has a fan that's blowing into filters to catch everything. So anyway, like I said, I'll send you some pictures. You can see, and, it may not work for you, but I've spent a lifetime trying to find the best way to paint in my workshop, and so far this has been the best I've come up with. I do intend to add some more filtration and ventilation later, but for right now, as long as I don't get carried away painting, this is working great. So yeah, if you kind of set it up correctly, you're not, you shouldn't have any spray coming out of this box, basically. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of got off on a tangent there, I guess, on stuff. But yeah, so the big show, I'm the only downside to the big show is the drive. It's a solid 4 hours and a little bit for us, and we leave Wednesday night, so we'll get there very late Wednesday night, and so that's annoying. I'll probably try to start loading tomorrow and Tuesday. I mean, for sure Tuesday. That way I'm not loading Wednesday, and we're just ready to roll. But and it's going to be we've done some things different with how we're storing the toys, so making sure we find everything could be fun too. That goes with us. So, uh, in fact, I probably need to steal the car like Tuesday. Okay. I don't know if I have Tad post. If you wouldn't mind posting that up in like the model car section on the Discord, because that's something I'm interested in myself. Is doing some custom Hot Wheels stuff. I did a couple over the years, and I don't think I have one handy, so I can't show you. But they were fairly simple and straightforward, but they were a lot of fun. And so it's just something I'm kind of looking forward to doing more of in the future as time allows. So, and I'm just trying to rotate toys in and out of this picture just so you guys got something different to look at. Because again, I apologize that this isn't wide view. I wanted it to be the wide view. Here is, while we're talking about stuff, here is a service truck my buddy Luke Lees made for me. Fantastic. I love it. It's awesome. It will always be on Dogtown. The only thing I did to it was add the Dogtown sticker to the side. Everything else he did. So this is kind of officially Dogtown service truck at this point. So, and it's pretty sweet. Yeah, that's the thing. Like that 4-hour drive to Dyersville, and I mean, you and I pretty much have. I know we're coming from different parts of Illinois, but we pretty much have the same terrain to go through, and there's just nothing between my house or where you're from, Chris, to Dyersville. It's just prairie essentially, and it just seems like it takes forever. And then especially at night, it just seems like you're never gonna get there. And I'm always going on to my wife. I'm like, we need the radio to play some real bangers here, and they never do. Like I swear, like Wednesday on travel day to Dyersville is like the radio playing slow love songs day. Like they will not play anything to keep you pepped up and motivated. And I might be exaggerating that a little bit, but not much. Leave Wednesday and get there Thursday. Okay, cool, cool. For some reason, the drive to nationals is worse than the drive up to school. It's over 2 hours shorter, and I still hate. Yeah, no, and I think you're in the same boat as Chris and I, Kyle. It's just that like you're just traveling across this lifeless prairie for hours, and there's just nothing. Posted on the Facebook group. Oh, okay, cool. You're not wrong, Chris. I've got a playlist going. So if my wife takes a nap, I can listen to the stuff I want to listen to. So I kind of got a playlist going. It'll at least get me through an hour or two of that trip. Get me kind of going. And I just put AC/DC Who Made Who on that playlist. It's kind of funny you mentioned that. I literally just put it on that playlist yesterday. I don't know why, but I think that's my favorite AC/DC song. Don't know why, but I think it's just awesome. I love it. Lafayette, yeah, I agree. Lafayette is just as bad because Lafayette is just 4 hours of flat from our house and from your house too, I'm sure. I mean, you live in the same, terrain that Chris and I and Kyle, we all kind of live in the same, biome of Illinois, if you will. And it's so yeah, Lafayette's just as bad. Big Gun is awesome. That is a great. Oh, I got to put that on that playlist. That's a good call. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. So when I drive, like I'm not a speedster. I'm not like a break the law, go over the speed limit type of guy. Because I always figure if I get a ticket, that's less farm toys I can buy. But man, there comes a point on that trip to Iowa where I'm just like, I just want to get there. Yeah, I've never been that far north in Wisconsin, but we're gonna go someday. I want to go. I would love to go up there, and then I would love to go on up into Minnesota and like the North Shore and stuff. In fact, we just watched a video on the North Shore um, this morning, but it's someplace I've always kind of wanted to visit. It looks really photogenic, so you know me, I like taking photos and stuff. So, oh yeah, I mean in Illinois, that's probably pretty pretty appropriate. You know, everybody's doing about that. And at least in our neck of the woods. The other day I was going like 75-ish and I had a semi blow my doors off. I'm like, holy cow. He had to be doing 90. I mean, he definitely wasn't governed. How about that? You know, that would be an awesome show to go with a grandpa to. I just, you know, it really would be. Back when my grandpa was still alive, he would go to some of the local farm toy shows with us. You know, he just enjoyed trackers. You know, it was fun. He would go and, you know, he'd see a Farmall M or a toy of a Farmall M or something, start telling us stories about, you know, his and all of that, which is sitting in my uncle's barn, but it needs to say it needs restoration is the understatement of the year, but I do hope to acquire it someday and see if I can't get my grandpa's old M running. Um, he traded two horses for his Farmall M back, you know, in the 50s or whenever. Um, so just kind of, you know, that's kind of how our farm got modernized. I guess that was the first step. I saw a meme one time and it said Google estimated arrival time 4 hours, and then it said challenge accepted Google. So so I get it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. See, yeah. See, I mean, when you can spend time with your dad, your grandpa, whoever like that, it's special. It's really cool. I actually took my dad for a drive yesterday just so we could just go see what was going on, see if there was any farming happening or whatever. Pretty much all the crops are out here, except for a few spots where I don't know if they were wetter in the spring, so they were later or what, but for the most part, everything's done around this area. But there is hardly any groundwork in this neck of the woods, and there is no anhydrous put on yet, which it's too warm for anhydrous, so I understand that. But I was a little surprised to see that there wasn't much tillage done yet. So, which I can't say much. I don't know. I think all of our corn ground's done, but we haven't even touched the bean ground yet as far as tillage. So, yeah, I hope the weather is good. Looks like finally a chance at some rain for the Midwest. So, we could certainly use a rain. But yeah, I hope it's beautiful weather. You know, and 2 years ago, kind of had a bit of a flood there at National. A lot of the tents kind of had water running through them and stuff like that. So I hope we don't see that again. You know, that just puts a hamper on everybody's day or weekend, and you know, we don't want that. So hopefully it's 60s, sunny, and just nice, perfect farm toy weather. So that gets everybody out, gets everybody spending some money. Yeah, I hate it when it snows during Dyersville too. So kind of a funny story. The first time I took my wife to Dyersville, it was beautiful. I mean, it's like 70. It was amazing. It was one of the best. It was probably the best national weather ever. And she's like, "Oh, this is great. This is perfect." I said, "Well, don't get used to it because it's November in northern Iowa." So, but but really, last year was cool, but it wasn't bad. So I think as long as we're in a decent neighborhood, decent temperature wise, and no snow, I think everybody will be happy. So, what's up, emergency guy? How you doing? Good to see you. my favorite story of my grandpa is from hay season this year. When the baler broke, he said, "I'm gonna rig it." He fed the twine through with a bamboo pole and cut it off with his knife. That's some dad's, yeah, that's some grandpa stuff right there. You bet. That's great. I had a grandpa's story. I was helping him one time. I was we were field cultivating in the spring, and I was on our 8430 four-wheel drive, and he was on the old 1466. And anyway, he field cultivated till about noon, and he said, "I'm gonna go in and get some lunch," and he said, "I'll be back later." Well, he never came back. He just called it a day. He thought later on he said, "I knew you had it taken care of." So anyway, snow tillage is an awesome idea for a mini display. I won't steal that. That's an awesome idea though. Tillage in the snow is one of my favorite things because I mean, it's just kind of cool. You get that contrast between snow and the work ground, and I don't know. I love doing that. But will there be any surprise releases at the show this year? I suspect there will. Um, I don't like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know personally of any. Nobody has informed me that there are, but I suspect we'll have a surprise at the show. Um, I have an idea of what it might be, but we'll see. I mean, we'll know in a few days because let's be honest. Wednesday, Thursday, people are gonna start arriving at Ertl HQ, and we're gonna start seeing what they've got. I don't think we'll see any surprises from SpecCast because we already know that we're getting the new whites. I think that's kind of going to be their big thing. There's going to be some other things too, but I think we kind of know about them already. But SpecCast has got some great stuff coming for sure. And then we know the new big buds from First Gear DCP. So what's your guys' opinions on those? Kind of curious to hear it. I'm just not sold on the looks of the new Big Bud, to be honest with you. I just don't think they look great. But I'll probably have to have one just because I'll have to have one. But I don't intend to collect that entire set that they've got going on because that's a lot of money. Overpriced is absolutely my first thought as well. Yes. Uh, I know. I'm really hoping the new 9RXs make their debut this week. Um, but we'll see. Hey, what's up? Yeah, glad to see you made the live show. Yeah. Yeah. Got to have enough horsepower to pull a Ripper in road gear these days, it seems like. I think that's the way of the world. I haven't decided yet. I'm probably not going to pick up much for myself personally because reasons. Um, but I know the 16 scale 715. I guess I don't know, but the 16 scale 715 should be debuting there. And God, I'd love to have one. I know they're going to be pricey, but I don't know. I'm a quad track guy, so yeah. It's kind of. I'm not sure what kind of broke loose at the farm toy makers, but it seems like in the last couple years we've seen more new farm toys than we saw in the previous 10 years. Not complaining, but it just seems like they're really bringing them out. So yeah, I was actually just telling my wife before the live, I've got to figure out a better storage for like let's call it inventory, but it's really for toys I've bought to customize and sell. down the road, but they're not custom yet. They're sitting in packages hanging on pegs on the wall here. Uh, I'm pretty much out of room for that stuff. And I've got so I mean, hopefully I sell out of customs this weekend. It's not going to happen, but let's hope I do. Because we know I will at Lafayette. Last year I left Lafayette with 2 custom tractors. Um, I literally sold the other, I don't know how many I brought. 50, 60, something like that. And I left with 2. So that'd be awesome to do that this weekend, but it probably won't. So, um, and then I have Janesville, Effingham, and Richmond, Quincy, and then Lafayette. So I've got 5 shows I've got to build for. So what I'm hoping to do is to kind of keep a maintenance of build of customs going, so that I can have enough for all those shows. But then what I'm really in the back of my mind preparing for is Classic Green this summer. We'll see. I might be putting too many eggs in that basket. I've never done a show like that before where it's a tractor show first, and then there will also be a guy, me, I believe Josh Osborne, a few others selling toys at that show. And it sounds like I might be the only guy selling custom toys at that show. So at least so far, we'll see. I'll talk to the guys from Classic Green this weekend. They may tell me something completely different, um, but the trick is they want you to have mostly John Deere. Makes sense. I originally they said, yeah, we want them to be green. I said, oh, okay, Steiger green, great, no problem. Of course, they laughed at me. Um, so um, I've been hoarding John Deere tractors to customize, and I've been working on custom kits for these tractors. So uh, that's something else I intend to launch soonish, is detail kits for 9000 series, 9010, 9020, 9030, and then the big RX tractors. Because it turns out you can get the 9RX quad tracks that are not the Prestige, the ones with no rails, no lights and stuff, really reasonably. And then they make really nice customs. So I'm hoping to have those kits soon-ish. Um, but we'll see. Definitely still have a little bit of tweaking to do on those kits before I'm ready. And really, it's the way I print them that's the problem. Like I'm having some issues getting an entire kit to successfully print all at once. So um, it's just me and my inexperience with 3D printing for the most part. So I don't know. All right, I'm gonna catch up on some questions. The wife says you ran out of budget. Yeah, yeah, I hear that. No, you're right. You're right. My wife says I'm usually the one telling you to buy it, and she's correct. She is. Um, she's very supportive of this hobby. Obviously, as you know, you see the stuff she makes for this hobby and things like that. So it's great. It's something we can do together. We have fun, or at least I do. My wife has made, I'll bet, 500 barn quilts for this weekend. I mean, it's literally all she's done for months is just make barn quilts, for 1/64 scale. So yeah, and shop signs and things of that nature. So anyway, she'll sell a bunch of them, I'm sure. They seem to be super popular. They're really cool. They're really neat. Classic Green is a different. It's every other year, and it's a different place every other year. In 2025, which is the next show, so next summer, it is in Wisconsin, somewhere by Lake Michigan. Can't think of the name of the town right off the top of my head. If you go to Classic Green's website, it'll tell you there. I'm excited to go to that show. One, to try and sell toys, but two, I'm going to try to do more interviews and video and things like that of actual classic tractors. It's something I've really been dying to do for a long time, but I get shy and socially awkward when I have to go up and ask somebody questions and if they want to be on a video. So I got to get over that because it's a great opportunity at Classic Green to be able to do that. So Yeah, she probably does more toy buying at auction than I do. Because she knows what we can customize, um, and you know, kind of turn around and make some money on and things like that. And then some of the stuff she just buys for the collection. So Narrow Track 9RX, I agree. Would love that. Might be something I could look into doing. Shouldn't be that hard to come up with that undercarriage, I wouldn't think. I would love to see a top air sprayer. So that's what we spray with, is a top air sprayer. I've not had a lot of luck 3D printing sprayer booms, and so that's why I haven't done one. And years ago, I did bigger style Hagee booms, and I just there was warpage and all this other stuff, and I just didn't have a lot of luck with those. So that's kind of why I haven't been, you know, eager to jump on that. Oh, I would love to see the Fent the Rogator on like some yeah, on LSWs. That would be a fantastic tooling for them to do. I wonder if they would surely have they could use those LSWs on other like Fenton Challenger models, I would think. So I would think they could recoup tooling cost on that, I would hope. So that's a great idea. Yeah, when are you guys moving back to Florida? I'm shocked that we haven't seen a 1/16th New Holland quad track or a versatile Delta track. I'm really surprised that we haven't seen that. I thought we would someday. So it's kind of one of those great mysteries because I am sure there's a market out there for them. But I don't know. Hurdle didn't ask me, I guess. So I would love to see a Delta track. I don't know. I just kind of have a thing for the versatiles. Shoot, let's open up the door. There we go. We got a couple nice road tracks sitting in there, just for fun. Give you guys a peek inside to Dogtown. I need to put some tractors in there. That way I've got a little extra room here, I guess. I got this tractor at an auction, and I got it at a really reasonable price, but I kind of want to keep it because I don't have anything else like it in the collection. But part of me is like, I really ought to sell it because I really don't have any use for it. So I don't know. We'll see. But I like it. I've always liked the front tanks. I believe this was probably built by Brad McPherson. Just guessing. It's kind of his style, if you will. I hope Brad makes it up to national. I'd like to chat with him a little bit too. He's always good to kind of pick his brain on some stuff. He's a pretty smart guy. So, oh yeah, I still got the 392 Daytona. Let's see, is he on here? And then I actually picked up a second one. Oh, he's in a case I can't get to right now. But yeah, I will never get rid of those cars for sure. Yeah, I think we'll see the CR11. I think I'd be pretty surprised if that didn't happen someday, and someday reasonably soon. Like maybe a farm show tractor or something like that. I could see it. I, yeah, I don't know. I would love a 16 scale versatile. There is a market for it. I know there is. So I don't know if that's a versatile thing or if it's an Ertl not wanting to put in the tooling cost thing. I suspect it's more of a versatile thing. And I don't know. So, I mean, just take this with a complete grain of salt. I'm spitballing here. I'm wondering if it's got something to do with is it possible that Scale Model still has the rights to the 1/16 scale versatiles? And I doubt it, but I don't know. That's something I could ask Joe Ertl this week if I'm able to bump into him. Hey Brian, how's it going? Hey, are you guys coming up to National? Will I see you up there? Just curious. I think I ran into you last year, but did you guys not set up? Were you just picking up, or am I crazy? Entirely possible. Not sure, but has Versatile been resistant in the past? I don't know if resistance the word, but they haven't exactly been uh they haven't like really been liberal with their licensing. So I'm not sure. Um if you really think back, like there's a lot of versatile tractors over the years we definitely could have gotten that they just never made. You have to go back to, kind of that first, well, I guess like second generation of versatile four-wheel drive, 875s, things like that, to have a 16 skill versatile. So, what's up, Josh? Glad to see you made it. Yes, setting up in the Angotti tent. Oh my gosh, there's a party in the Angotti tent. Holy cow. Awesome. Well, we'll be over to see you guys for sure. We'll probably be there Thursday morning to pick up from Brian and Barry, and then we'll come back Sunday.
We'll have to bring our boots.
Yeah, for sure. I'll have hip waders on, because if you guys and Angotti and all the others are all sitting in the tent together, you guys are gonna have a great time though. Boy, that's gonna be a fun weekend. Yeah, Scale Models did several. Are you planning to bring any International Harvester tractors this year? Absolutely. I will have several. What? I'm not for sure off the top of my head, because I built a lot of those Internationals early this summer, or actually more like towards like after Lafayette. I really got into a big IH kick. So yes, I will have quite a few IHs, at least at the beginning of the show. We'll see. IHs sell fast. When I went to Lafayette last year, I brought, I don't know, 5 or 6 custom IHs, did like front wheel assist and stuff on them. They were gone in the first hour. So, but that's a Lafayette thing. Lafayette is by far my biggest custom show. So, yeah, it could be. I know Top Shelf had a mold issue, like with their tooling. There was an issue, and they had to redo some of the tooling. I think it was on the cab, if I remember correctly, but don't quote me on that. So I know that there's been some trouble there getting those out. I feel bad for Brad. I know there's a handful of guys that kind of funded that project, Brad McPherson being one of them. And I know like it's been stressing him out because of obviously he's taken people's money, and so he's kind of sitting on that for pre-orders, and now he's, the tractors aren't in, and Brad's a good guy. He's not the type of guy that would, ever harm somebody in that way. So I know he's been stressing out about it. So that's kind of one of the things I'm just kind of interested to talk to him about, see if he'd want to talk about some of those issues. And maybe I could communicate that to the community through YouTube here or whatever. But I heard that they are about to be on the water. So, if that's the case, maybe we could see those stateside within a month or two. And I don't, again, don't quote me on that. I don't have any inside ball on that or anything, but um, it would be that it would be nice to finally get those versatiles. Like I said, I know the guys that have put on that project. It's stressing them out. So I feel bad for them, because when things don't go right, it really stinks. And those guys are trying their best to bring something really cool to market, and it will. When we get them, we're gonna love them. They're gonna be fantastic. So, just got into 3D printing. Can I send you one of my resin printed case 9190s? Yeah, absolutely. Um, if you want, shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook, or you can email me. Um, for the love of tractors at gmail.com. But absolutely, yes. I mean, wood farm buildings, yeah, and you build nice wood farm buildings. Let's just be honest with that too. Let's get that out there. Um, that is such a cool niche in our hobby, and it's something I'm not good at. Like, that's not my thing. Um, so the guys that are really good at making buildings, I really admire them. Um, So yeah, in fact, maybe one of these days, about let's call it a year from now, I'm going to be working on another display, and I might need a few like sheds and maybe a barn or something like that. I might have to get a hold of you and see if it's something you'd be interested in making, because if I do it, it's going to be terrible. Yeah, and my wife won't make me any more barns. So she made mine, and actually, I'll just somebody's asking about Dogtown. Let's just take you over there and see. Um, it's going good. It's a little messy right now, not gonna lie, but I had it good and cleaned up the other day, and then life happened. Actually, farm toy shows happened. So when it's farm toy show week, things get iffy around here because stuff just starts getting put wherever I can put it so that I don't forget it. Anyway, my wife made this awesome rustic barn for me, and pretty pumped to have that on the display. And she said no more. So I actually, I'm like, hey, maybe you could make a replica of our barn at the farm, and she, she, she maybe will do that, but probably not until she's retired. Well, Brian, you never know. Um, you never know on that. I might, but if not, I will for sure have some custom AC four-wheel drives for you at Effingham. Um, we'll see. What I've been doing and trying to focus on lately is when I have a project like that, I'm trying to kind of develop the parts for them so that I can, eventually make a kit, things like that. So for that, for the big four-wheel drive that I'm doing for you, I developed a cleaner kit, air cleaner kit for it, and some details. I think for the back end, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe I might have done something in the interior. I don't know. I'll have to look. Can you see the big shop? Sure. Dogtown Farms or Dogtown Ag? So here's Dogtown Farms. So still kind of harvest season here, although we're wrapping up. But there is Dogtown Farm shop. Later, Tad. Have a great one, bud. See you soon, I hope. Yeah, so the house it needs a roof. That's coming soon. And I should do like coming soon trademark because that's kind of my thing. But yeah. And then I do have a garage for it, but I've got to do a little bit of landscaping before that's ready to go. Yeah, so I really wanted to change over another one of these combines to beans because corn's done, but I just haven't made it yet. So maybe I will. Who made your lawn? You mean my lawn mower? So Kyle, New Maker Manufacturing makes those kits for the 110s, and then we sell the finished 110s at shows and stuff. But yeah, that's a Kyle Noonmaker. If you want a kit, get a hold of him. New Maker Manufacturing. I mean, a big Balzer would, if we could only get somebody to design us a big Balzer cart. the lighting is weird in here right now because it's super bright outside, and I'm not used to filming or taking pictures this time of day, and it's weird. So I got super bright back there, and then like I was trying to do the stream, and it's kind of darkish. Kind of, yeah. I am very excited for the John Deere 8400. I hope they have a case or two of those coming this week. I've talked to Barry. Let's just sit you over here. Let's sit you guys down here. I talked to Brian of Barry and Brian, B&D. Told him I was interested in a few, so I think he's saving me back some. Anyway, I hope so. If not, we'll figure it out. Oh, the red lawn mowers. Oh, okay, gotcha. So this guy, this AC, is made by Scott Galliart, S&E Customs. This is an Aaron Jensen. And then I have, somewhere here, I have a red Cub. Oh, I think it's in the big shop at Dogtown. So I do have custom parts, but you got to catch me at a show for now. In the future, the website will be back up, and you can buy parts at the off our website. But for right now, you got to catch me at a show. Let me find my red Cub over here. There we go. Whoops. Go ahead and move this. I was planning out some landscaping. Anyway, there's my 1/64 scale lawnmower lineup. I almost have as many real 160 or real lawnmowers as I have 1/64th lawnmower. Actually, I have more now, don't I? Yeah, I do. I have the real lawnmowers, the lawn and garden tractors. They're accumulating. Not sure if that's good or bad, but I like them. So anyway. Yeah, Kyle's busy with school stuff. I think I'm getting 25 for a finished 110. Like if you want to shoot me a message after National, I'd tell you to do it now, but it'll get lost in the shuffle. I get like 50 messages a day. So it's really hard for me to keep up. But if you want to send me a message after National, I can get you one, Josh, no problem. So, I've got a few kits laying around. If not, I can print up some more. So I do have the file from Kyle to be able to print those. Or file from Kyle. Yeah, that rhymes. Or maybe I can sweet talk Kyle into print me some more kits before next weekend. But I bet he's busy. So, so. Yeah, so Jensen Diecast, he has a website. Just type in Jensen Diecast, Jensen, and then S&E Tractors. This is a Jensen Diecast as well, and then this is S&E Tractors, and I think it's just S&E Custom Tractors or S&E Tractors. You can find them on Google. But yeah, a buddy of mine made this Dodge truck for me, so I don't know that he's building right now. So yeah, I saw, but I think isn't there going to be a separate 8400, or is it, or am I wrong on that? I hope there's going to be a separate because I really don't want the 1/16th. I kind of do want the 1/16th, but a few years ago, I took my 8400, 8410, and 8420, new in the box. All of them were new in the box to a show, and I thought, well, I'm going to sell all these because they're 16th scale. I really didn't need them. Well, I sold the 8400, and the other two I still have, and so I don't know. I'd like to probably sell those other two at some point. The boxes are pretty pristine on them, and I just don't have space for them anymore. So yeah, I can pick up the Dodge. It's a jalopy. I mean, it was intentionally made to be kind of a mess. So, but yeah, I mean, the exhaust kind of hangs off of it. This will come off. So we can see, oops, I'm sorry, I'm a little farther back than I wanted to be there. See that. But yeah, anyway, like I said, a buddy of mine made that for me, and it is greatly appreciated. It's one of my favorite pieces on my display, and it's kind of always going to be around the shop here on Dogtown somewhere or another. So I think as a lot of you guys know, I'm a Mopar guy for the most part. And so needed a cool old classic Mopar truck. Yeah, I absolutely will. He'll appreciate that. Colin Nipper posted pictures of them. Okay, great. Separate. That's good. That's what I want to hear. I mean, I do have uh, a really sweet 8000 series John Deere here that this was made by Aaron Jensen as well. But I'd like one of the Ertl ones for sure. You know what? I've been doing good, Josh. Appreciate you asking, but I've had a pretty solid year. Um, we thought, and I mean, it still could happen. We thought maybe some things would creep back up. They always could, but been really good. So, not complaining. It's been a great year for me. So, um, feeling good, and like I said, really excited for toy show season. Yeah, one of my good buddies. Well, he married my cousin, so I guess technically he's related at this point. He's a cousin. One of my buddies just bought a new GMC, and man, it's a nice truck. Like it's I'm a little jealous because I guess his is more of a black, but this blue on a GMC, that's pretty sweet. Got a Noon Maker Manufacturing headache rack back there and some other goodies from Kyle. Just to kind of dress it up, but yeah, it's I could do a GMC. Now another buddy of mine just bought a Chevy. It's not a heavy duty. Just saw it yesterday actually. It's crew cab short bed and it's kind of a bluish color. And man, is it nice too. So I don't know what he would charge for something like that. I mean, gosh, I've had that truck for 5-ish years probably. So I just don't know. I have no idea. I'm just not into the custom trucks as much to know pricing on that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'll certainly mention it to him. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty cool, like light custom. I've been trying to do stuff like, put stuff in the bed like it's, actually gets used, actually gets work. So I got a bucket back there, maybe a couple buckets, a shovel, some hose, cones, little generator in case you need to do, need some power out on the farm or something. And like I said, the headache rack just to kind of dress it up a little bit. Yeah, so my buddy that just got the Chevy was actually looking for that Cajun red color, but he was having no luck finding it. And I don't know, he said he'd been looking for quite a while and he's like finally gave up. He found this other one and he's like, that's cool. I'll take it instead. So Chris Taylor is excellent. He does a great job on everything. So yeah, his trucks are great. Chris is a good builder for sure. I don't know how Chris finds time anymore to do it. He's a husband, a dad, he farms. Like I don't know. Like Chris is kind of amazes me that he has time to put in the level of detail that he does with everything that he has going on. Laura's down at yeah. I think he ended up buying at somewhere down in the St. Louis area, but I can't remember. Suntrup maybe. That sounds right to me. Um, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he was after the red, but anyway, he ended up with blue. I have to I have to do some vehicle shopping in the next year, and I'm really not looking forward to it. I mean, it's kind of like fun and cool to get a new car, but it'll be new to me. I'm not buying a new car. Somebody else can take that depreciation hit. But it's like it's one of the most stressful things you can do. 2,000 vehicles. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, they're doing okay. They've got 2,000 on the in stock. That's amazing. What a difference that makes between the last year or two. Uh, where it was impossible to get things in stock. If I were gonna go the Ford route, I'd probably talk to our buddy John Wellenkamp over at Morrow Brothers. Um, if I ended up that route, just see what he's got. Um, but I don't know. I've never really seen myself as a Ford guy, although we have a Ford sitting in our driveway right now. So the toy hauler is a Ford. I just pulled this thing out of the package. I love myself a CUDA, but I particularly love the AAR Dan Gurney All American Racer CUDA. So it's one of my kind of all time favorite vehicles. I do have an eBay account. It's For the Love of Tractors. I haven't sold anything on there for a while, but maybe this winter as a little bit of an alternative. That not being able to put in the time on the website just yet. I might put some stuff up there. 5-minute warning. Okay, guys, the wife says I got 5 minutes, and we got stuff we got to do tonight. So, um, if you got any questions or comments or whatever, let me know. Got the wife to convert from Ford to GMC. Oh, very cool. 730 gas. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, there is nothing like a sound of an old 2-cylinder John Deere. This is the best. There's the best sounding tractors, I think. I mean, don't tell any John Deere guys I said that. I got a reputation to uphold, but uh, yeah, they sound awesome. I mean, they're certainly the most distinct sound. Yeah, I have fortheloveoftractors.com, but right now you actually can't buy anything on there. You can see stuff, but you can't buy anything on there just because I'm getting ready for this show, and I can't really be selling stuff and then going to a show and double selling things and stuff like that. So no, I'm not letting you record that. No, that's that. I only said that once. I'll never say that about John Deere again. Speaking of John Deere, this is another project that Kyle and I worked on together, new maker, and this is one of my favorite pieces in my collection by far. John Deere 510. It does raise and lower. It's stiff. I'm not gonna break it on live camera. I'd probably cry because that was a pain to put together. But it's awesome. It's absolutely fantastic, and super excited about it. And if Kyle ever gets a free minute, I'm gonna ask him to make us a 7-shank and maybe a 9 as well. I was hoping to have a few of these at National to sell, but I'm just not. I've been printing some. They're a difficult job to clean up, and I just wasn't gonna rush. I wasn't gonna get frustrated. So maybe by Lafayette I'll have a few of those for sale, but for now I got one on my display. I need to build something really cool and vintage to pull that. Um, Obviously, could be just about anything. It doesn't take a ton of horsepower to pull a little 5-shanker there, but I had it on the 8650, but it's not, that's an Earl 8650. It's not detailed. I could do better. You know what? I will do a video on on tools for customizing pretty quick here. If you want to go back about a month or so, I did a video. I think it says organizing my tools. You can pretty much see everything I used there. So that'd be great. What printer do I have? I have an Elegoo Saturn 2. And then I have an Anycubic Photon S. I actually have 2 of those. And then I have a Peopley Phenom, which doesn't work right now, which is really unfortunate because it's a beast. But I've been trying to get that thing to go. I mean, it has paid for itself many times over. It printed a lot of stuff for me over the years, but I've been trying to get it fixed and get it going. And it might be a little beyond me at this point. We'll see. But That's the bad thing about 3D printing. When it goes wrong and you can't get it fixed, what do you do with that thing? Like, you hate to just throw it away, but it's also in the way. What do you do? I don't know. I'll get it going some point. I did do a basic tools video a few years back. Yeah, so if you search on the site, you can see a bunch of stuff on customizing. And like I said, there's more to come. That's one of the things I'm really going to focus on this winter is showing people how to display build and to customize. I've kind of got for the lack of a better term, outlines of those videos that I want to do already written up so that we can kind of get more people into this and doing this and just keep it growing, keep this hobby going. So this hobby is, I think, as strong as it's been in a very long time. And I just want to make sure we take advantage of that momentum and keep it growing. So we'll get another generation involved. So it's going to be awesome. Anyway, guys, kind of got to wrap this up. We've got some stuff we got to get done tonight. We got to do places to be, things of that nature. So I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me on a Sunday afternoon, though. A lot of fun, a lot of great questions, a lot of great conversation. If you're headed to Dubuque or Dyersville this next week, come see me. I'll be at Dubuque Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday I'll be walking around Dyersville having a great time. So like I said, just say hi if you run into me. I absolutely love it. Oh, I will certainly check out. Can you print a tube on? Yeah, I'll check out your channel there, D-Boy. That'd be cool. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, appreciate it. Everybody headed up to Iowa. Be safe. Have a safe trip. Let's all have a good time up there this weekend. And those that you can't make it, I'll have pictures and hopefully some video. And I'll hopefully see you at a show a little bit later on. So, are you coming, Steve? I don't know. I didn't know if you'd be able to make the trip over this year or not. But if you are, you know where we're at. Come hang out anytime. You're always welcome. So, absolutely. Most important thing is have fun, and we will do that. It'll be a fun weekend. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Y'all have yourselves an awesome evening, and I hope you have a great week. Safe travels. Happy tractor hunting.